everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Drive. Once again, I'm your host, Alyssa Spangler, joined by a very special guest today, one of our favorite people here on the Sports Drive, Coach Broadhurst, coming off of a huge win last night. Tell us about that.
Well, it was a good night. We went down to Friendship and played Andrews in the bi-district game. It was our first playoff game of the year. And we got off to kind of a slow start. We weren't making many shots the first half, but we played great defense. We were up 10, I think, at half. And then we ended up getting everything going the second half, and we won 67-28. So it was a big win for us, and nice to get a gold ball and advance in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. 67-28 is phenomenal. How did that first gold ball feel?
Well, it felt great. These guys have worked really hard. We've got some big goals, and we want to keep advancing. And I think we were a little tight maybe at the first, and then we relaxed and just started playing the way we know how. And so our defense was really good all night, as evidenced by the 28 points. I think we gave up 14 the first half and 14 in the second half. So we were all locked in defensively the whole night, and then finally got some offense going the second half, and made it a really good game for us.
From what we saw, obviously a great game by KJ Thomas. Obviously, always is. Tell me about some of KJ Thomas and some of those other players that really stood out to you last night.
Okay. Yeah, we had four guys in double figures. KJ had 16, and Payson Combs came off the bench. He's a sophomore. He had 13. Um, Hayden Sato is a senior. He had 10. And then JJ Buchanan, one of our other guards, is a junior, and he had 10. So we had a pretty balanced scoring attack, and there were a lot of other guys that scored, 5, 6, 7 points during the course of the game. So there wasn't any one guy that went out and got a bunch. It was pretty much a balanced attack, and that's good. We spread the ball around and had different guys contribute. So I thought that was a good sign for us getting into these playoffs.
Yes, sir. And you were just talking about how good you were doing on defense. Tell me about some of those players that were contributing on that side of the ball.
Well, Zach Bowl, who is he's a 6'3" junior and a really active player and causes a lot of havoc up on the front end of our press. He was really good last night. I think JJ Buchanan was really good. We had Dawson Hyder coming off the bench, and he's a 6'7" sophomore, came in and played really well. We just had a number of guys that contributed defensively. I thought the whole team was giving great effort and kind of played together and really played great team defense. So it was definitely a good night for us defensively.
And I know one of your biggest things is worry about the game that's ahead of you, and then we can worry about what's next. So what are we focused on right now for what's next?
Well, yeah, we're going to play. So tonight, um, El Paso Harmony is playing, and I feel like they're going to win. They're 20, let me see, I believe they're 26-6, something like that. And they're ranked 24th in the state. So they've got a good program, a good team this year. And I think we'll find out tonight if they win. But they play San Elizario, and I feel like they're going to win. And if that happens, then we've already got it set for Friday afternoon in Andrews at 3:30 in the afternoon. So we'll get kind of an early game and get back at a decent hour on Friday.
That's awesome. And the traveling isn't as bad as having to go too far. So that'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's not bad. Andrews is a great gym. We've won a lot of games there the last 4 or 5 years. And in fact, I don't think we've lost in that gym in the last 4 or 5 years. So we really like playing there, and it's a great gym. And Andrews, just a word to tell everyone, if you ever go to Andrews, go to Buddy's Drive-In. They got the greatest steak fingers in the world. So we will get to eat some steak fingers after the game Friday.
Do you think that contributes to how good y'all play is the steak fingers afterwards?
Hey, I think it does. I think we are so excited to go to Andrews to eat those steak fingers that it gives us a little extra hype, I guess.
That's good. We need all the steak fingers we can get then.
Yeah.
I wrote that
Well, I
down.
don't need them, but they sure are good.
Yes, sir. And speaking of Andrews, it's a familiar gym for y'all. Randall travels great. We saw last night the baseball team showed up. Obviously, the cheerleaders were there. Talk to me about the environment at these games and what it means to have the support of just Randall behind you.
Yeah, we're a close knit school, and I think especially this year when the split took place with the West Plains. It's weird how it's kind of worked, but it's like it's unified our school more than I've seen it in years and years. And I think everyone is really for everyone. It's like volleyball season, football season. Everybody was really out for those games, and then basketball season. Some of these baseball guys were our greatest supporters, sat on the front row, and they played a game in Friendship last night or yesterday afternoon, and then they were able to get over our game right before halftime and watch the second half. And man, they're a rowdy bunch, and they have a lot of fun, and our guys love them, and we'll be doing the same for them when we get done with basketball. And it's just everybody's for everybody, and I think. Our girls are playing today in Andrews for a trip to go to the regional tournament, and hopefully they'll play later and we can get back to Lubbock after our game Friday and go to their game and support them. So, yeah, it's a great environment, great school. And this year it's just, there's a lot of unity.
I have to say, I've definitely noticed that this year. There was a lot of question marks, like you said, whenever there was the split that happened. But more than any other school, I've seen support for the wrestlers, the band, the cheerleaders, and it's really translating well. Obviously, we see the wrestlers do good, the band did phenomenal. Just people, sports that you don't think about, because football's the big one, basketball's the big one, but we've definitely seen people showing up, and I think it's also like encourage these athletes to do so great this season.
Yeah, I agree totally. I think it really means a lot to our team when the others show up and support them and have fun. And I know the other teams feel that way as well. So the unity we have is really neat, and we just need to keep winning some games and keep that. When you're winning, the unity is easier. So we've had a lot of teams win a lot this year. Tennis, state champions, volleyball
Right.
state champions. Like you said, the band qualified, wrestling finished third. So we got a lot of good things going on over here.
Yes, sir. Gold ball number one, road to San Antonio. San Antonio. I'm sorry.
That's all
What
right.
can we expect from your team?
Well, I think our guys have kind of. I told somebody yesterday that they really have focused and locked in every single day for the past 2 weeks. Every practice has been really competitive, and we've been trying to get better and improve. And I think defensively is an area we've really been working on some and a lot. And I think it's really starting to gel, and we're just trying to get better, take one game at a time. Now our focus is on harmony if they win, which I think they will. And we're not going to look ahead of that. We're just going to try to take care of the next one. And if we can win that one, then we'll worry about the next one. So it's an exciting time. And we're just grateful that we've had a good year, and hopefully we can continue that.
Yes, sir, and we sure are hoping that you do. We'll be watching tonight to keep up with who you'll be playing next, but for now, just best of luck with whoever you're going to play next, if it is Harmony or whoever. We hope to see y'all do great, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right.